Welcome to the Triple G Show on ESPN Radio. Call in at 781-995-9678. It is your boy, your host, Max Gelb, along with Nate Gelb and Tyler Gelb. And today we are going to be discussing about Dodgers ace Clayton Kershaw's injury, Derrick Rose signing with the Cleveland Cavaliers, and some other topics. First, we will start off talking about Derrick Rose. So Derrick Rose, point guard, former MVP with the Chicago Bulls. He played last season with the New York Knicks. He only played 64 games. He was shut down, I think. And we're going to hear more about Derrick Rose over the course of this show. I want to hear everyone's take on Derrick Rose. What's your take on the Derrick Rose
So as many
signing?
of you heard, Derrick Rose signed with the Cleveland Cavaliers yesterday. And he only signed on a 1-year, $2 million deal because he wanted to win a championship. And that would give him a greater chance of making the Hall of Fame because many consider him to potentially be the first MVP not to make the Hall of Fame. But maybe a ring or another award maybe would help him in his campaign to get into the Hall of Fame. So also last season, he was 51st in plus minus among all point guards, which was not great. But he also averaged 19 points and 6 assists, which is not bad at all. And I think this year with the Cleveland Cavaliers, he can be a solid starter if Kyrie gets traded, or six-man, whether Kyrie.
Yeah, 18 points. He's earned MVP, a 3-time All-Star. I want to hear. I think it's a great debate to think if he would make the Hall of Fame. I think he's already a Hall of Famer considering his one MVP award. And there are some other players in the Hall of Fame that have only won a couple championships. Do you think he's a Hall of Famer, Nate?
Yes, he won an MVP. He's the youngest MVP, and he was so great in that year. I think he should be a Hall of Famer.
We'll take calls. You can ask a question, and we'll ask you for your take.
Here's Mike from Chicago.
Hey guys, I
Mike.
was wondering, since he was traded to the Cavs, do you think that has anything to mean that they are going to end up dealing Kyrie and not keeping him because they are getting a backup point guard who could most certainly be a starter?
Yes, it could be a safety as LeBron's kind of their lead recruiter. They don't have David Griffin there anymore as their president GM playing that role. LeBron's done most of that in his time with Cleveland. And I think he likes Derrick Rose playing against him when Derrick Rose was younger and LeBron was in his first stint with the Cleveland Cavaliers. We'll take another call right now from Tavares in Lakewood, Michigan. Tavares, what's your question?
Since the Derrick Rose signing means Kyrie is possibly out of Cleveland, do you think they would still be able to contend with the Celtics since they got a key addition in Gordon Hayward? Do you think the Cavaliers could beat out the Celtics to win these
Without Kyrie Irving?
without Kyrie Irving?
Depends. They can trade him. They're going to be trading him probably for another good player and some more assets. They could be getting players like Nikola Jokic in a 3-team deal, someone like Devin Booker, Eric Bledsoe, Goran Dragic, and Carmelo Anthony. I still think the Cavs might be better than the Celtics. Although the Celtics were the 1 seed last year, the Cavs kind of tanked at the end of the year. They were resting players. Now we are going to move on to our next segment, which will be about Dodgers ace Clayton Kershaw, who is sidelined for 4 to 6 weeks after a back injury he suffered on Sunday. Nate, you can discuss the Clayton Kershaw injury.
Dodgers fans, you don't need to be worried. Last year, Clayton Kershaw got injured, and they went 38-24. Right now, the Dodgers have the 4th best record all time through 100 games, and they have 64 wins. They're the top of the National League. I think, considering Kershaw plays once every 5 starts, and they're still winning at a consistent rate, I really don't think it'll be that much of an issue. When he returns, they'll be better
Sorry,
than
Nate,
ever.
let me interrupt you. It's actually 68 wins, not 64.
You just heard it. We have a genius over there. Don't worry. About Clayton Kershaw, pitchers only pitch every 5 days and every 5 games. So 4 to 6 weeks isn't a position player. It's not what you're thinking it is. So I think they're going to be all right. Anyways, thanks for watching from Sports Broadcasting Center. I'm your host, Max Gelb, along with Nate Gelb and Tyler Gelb, and we are signing off. Good night.